Aloha, Shamans, and welcome to our little corner of the galaxy in this dimensional space called EarthStar Spiritual Center in Greensboro, North Carolina, in the red, white, and blue US of A. So thank you for joining us tonight. It is Tuesday night. We are live June 4th, 2024. We are your hosts for tonight, Dale and Jeanne Stacy. We are the Abbots of EarthStar Spiritual Center. So, and our topic tonight will be, are you a star person?
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for being with us tonight. Let us know that you're out there, and we hope you get something out of tonight's show.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And we know that's a topic that a lot of people, of course, think they are star shamans. That's because they are star shamans, right? A star person. So here's one right here. Matter of fact, hi, Heidi Fire Owl. We know you're a star person. Aloha, both looking fresh tonight. Thank you.
Heidi.
Yeah, just that our hair is not wet anymore, so we're good. That's an inside joke. Anyway, okay. Well, let's go right to the slides. So thank you for being here. And here we go. And we are EarthStar Spiritual Center, multi-faith church for living aloha. Been doing this since 2002. Our core ideals, principles on the left-hand side, aloha, so all loving God, love, oneness, heart path, as above and so below. Our YouTube channel for EarthStar Spiritual Center, that's where you can find other meditations that we have done in times past. And for all the ones that we're doing currently, make sure you click the live tab for that. Okay. And these are the books that we have written. So you can check these books. They're in the show notes and also on Amazon. And also if you're an author and you're trying to find out how to have your work published, then look for the show link in the notes or the note in the show links rather. And then also you can go to the website and look that up and find some info for that. And upcoming classes, that's going to be July 20 through 21. So if you want to activate your Merkaba this lifetime, we'll do it from the Alpha and the Omega sphere. We'll do that. It's a 2-day class, and we'll be here at EarthStar for right now until further notice. Okay, so make sure you register the Wednesday before class. It'll be a great time. Okay. And Jeannie's making things pretty. So wreaths, bows, and florals, and we need to update some new stuff. Been saying that for a week now. We'll get to it. And remember our shack principle, our principle for aloha, being an aloha shaman, aloha consciousness, and that smiles, hugs, acts of kindness, compliments, and kisses. Try to do this at least once, each one of these, at least once a day, and if you can do it more than that, even better. And please remember, your default nature is that you are divine. You're awesome, beautiful, and perfect. You have always been this. You are now, and you will be forever. So look it, act like it, and be it. You are divine, awesome, beautiful, perfect. All right, so tonight then we want to discuss, are you a star person? It is June 4th, 2024. You may ask, well, why are we doing the star person thing tonight? Well, just in our meditation time, apparently we got the download that it was time to discuss this. Okay? So that's why we want to go ahead and discuss it and bring it out into the open, even though it's it's a topic that some people have no idea what we're speaking about. But those, if you are a star person, you've known this your whole life, and hopefully you've awakened fully and you've come into your star consciousness, your awareness, and you know that you're here to be loved, and you know that you're here to be of service to others. So those of us who have awakened, those of us who are accepting our divinity, our star consciousness, we know what our job is, and that's to be loved in our own unique ways. And so make sure we know what that is. Well, let me back this up. So a lot of this info you can find in the Simply Shaman Mystery School book, the Interdimensional Shamanism, 3D, 4D, 5D, and beyond. This was written back in 2022. So the show notes will have the links for that. Also, it'll be on Amazon, okay, if you want to follow along. So you think you are a star person. You've got on the tinfoil cap, wearing the copper pyramids, going around. You just know that some way, somehow, you are connected with people who are not humans, technically humans. Or maybe they're advanced humans and they live in other places. But you know, for you, you have always been connected. You've always had these thoughts. You've always had these feelings. You just know that there's something special about you, and that's because it is. You are a special person. You've come here as a star person to live your star gifts, your skills, your talents, and to share these with humanity during this time of ascension. Remember, if you're here during this time, it's because you've done this before. You've been here doing some type of revolution, some type of change, instilling people to go higher in their ascension and their elevation, allowing themselves to think in a different way, to be a different person as far as the way they think, the way they speak, and the way they act, because that's what you do as a star shaman. Now we know, look at this picture that we had from the Hubble telescope. This was probably a few years back. It's probably more than 10 years old now. But, when we got this first glimpse of our galaxy, we thought, our universe or whatever, we saw the Hubble telescope come in, and we were just, our jaws dropped. We thought, goodness, there's billions of stars all around us. And what if these were just within our own galaxy? To give you a frame of reference, when Hubble took this shot, it was just 1/200th of the space you could see. So that would be like holding a sewing needle at arm's length, right? And you're able to look through the eye of the needle. That's what this picture represents. So just think what else is around it all that other time, the other view of that in our own galaxy. Great shot. So yes, you are probably a star person. All right, so let's get into some things about, are you a star person? And these are maybe some of the common and shared traits of star ancestry. Maybe you've talked to other people, you've watched videos, read books, but this is a pretty good list. It seems to be quite common for most of us who are star people.
So these are the common and shared traits of star ancestry. So the first one is you're drawn to animals that resemble your true form.
Yeah, so just think. What if you're a lion? So you've got the lion people, right? So maybe you resemble a lion. Maybe you came back as a Leo, like our co-host here came back as a Leo. So perhaps there's some lion energy, right? Lyran, yeah. And you've seen people who also maybe they look like bear or they look like deer, anything like that. So maybe that was the true form of their nature from another place that they live, from another density. So we're often drawn to that.
There's a sense of loneliness or a sense of not belonging to the Earth family.
Yeah, and that one's probably one of the most common things for people, those of us who are star people. You always felt like there was something else somewhere. I was, perhaps like you were missing out on something, or where is that real connection with my people, with my tribe? Even though we love being here, there's still, it's almost like a nagging feeling, but it's really not nagging. It's a nice feeling to think that, yes, there is something somewhere else. So that loneliness, just know that, you aren't lonely. Your people are with you all the time. Okay, good. And Kira, great hearing from you tonight. Hope you had a great day. Thanks for being here.
And there's a fascination with stars in science fiction.
Yeah, so obviously when you go out and you look up at the stars, you study the sun, the moon, maybe you're into astronomy a little, you're definitely probably going to be a science fiction fan. If you're not an all-out Trekkie, you started watching Star Trek back in the 60s. You watched every version that came out, right? The New Generation, Deep Space Nine, the Voyager, all the movies. Of course, you watched all Star Trek. All of Star Wars. You saw every one of those movies multiple times. I'm sure the scene of Star Wars where they go into that bar and all these people are, I think they're playing Benny Goodman clarinet music or something. And you see all these different types of energies in there, right? People or shapes or forms or whatever. And you go, yeah, that's you're used to that. So I'm sure that fascination with stars and science fiction is one of the major things for you.
And home feels like it's out there.
Yeah, that kind of goes along with that loneliness feeling. That this is where you are. This is your job. This is your post. Yes, I came to Earth voluntarily to do the work here of ascension, and to help bring these other realities into a greater collective reality. And that loneliness kind of go with that. Yeah, it feels like home is, definitely out there somewhere. I mean, it's nice being here on Earth. It's a beautiful place. Goodness, oceans, mountains, trees, animals, all the people, all the humanity is just beautiful. The interactions, the lessons that we learn. But we still feel like there's something out there. We just can't quite explain it. It's just something we truly know deep within our hearts and deep within our intuition.
And you questioned earth ways at an early age. You are the black sheep of the family, perhaps.
Yeah, so wait. Speaking of a black sheep of the family, a star person is Rockham. Star dude Rockham here. Yeah, aloha, y'all. Thanks, Rockham, for being here. We're talking about you right now, Rockham. Okay, me and the rock star and all that. Yeah, so when we, at an early age, you probably knew that home was out there, or maybe you had this loneliness, not really lonely where you were moping around, but there's a sense of belonging, just not to the earth family totally. So you question lots of things at an early age. Perhaps you had deep thoughts. Maybe you questioned our government, our systems, all of our systems. Maybe you questioned school. All these little things you did because you knew that deep down, there was a greater way to be this, that we really could be unified. We could all be one. We could all be one heart, one mind, but with many different unique facets. But yet we all had one heart and one mind in the way who we are and how we act. All right, some more.
Curiosity towards metaphysics. You're always seeking answers.
Yep. So definitely, if you're listening to something like this particular broadcast, this YouTube, you're very interested in being a star person because you are a star person. But, that's part of knowing all the metaphysics, right? You've often studied metaphysics, especially the spiritual things. We were all probably influenced greatly by our regular, legacy religions for all the various cultures. And then all of a sudden this new age thing came around, and we come to find out that, well, really the things that we believe, they're not really new age. All the legacy stuff is the new age, right? Because we found out that all the things that we believe in, it's been here for millions of years, right? We know that the sun's alive. We know that earth is alive. We know that Father, Son, and Mother Earth communicate on a daily basis. So we know that everything is alive around us, and we can have that relationship with it. So we've always known this. So yeah, that metaphysics is a big one for us, and especially when it comes to crystals, right? Crystals, gemstones, we're really attracted to that. I mean, I imagine most of us are probably wearing some sort of talisman or some sort of jewelry dealing with metaphysics, and we've always known to do that, and we do it now proudly.
It's easy to connect with other dimensions or channeling.
Yeah, and this is something that, to you, it's, you've had this gift your whole life. So it's not like you had to go to a class to get a diploma to know that, oh, yes, I really am connected and channeling with other dimensions. It's not like the scarecrow in Wizard of Oz, right? The scarecrow was a bright fellow, but he didn't realize it was bright until he got the piece of paper. He got a diploma, and then he knew he was intelligent, right? Well, you've always known that you've been connected with these dimensions, this different, and you've able to channel, and you've able to meditate in your own way. Matter of fact, this has guided your life more often than you know. So make sure you know that a lot of people do not have this gift. You've always had this gift, so it's almost like a habit. So you may not realize that. So appreciate your gift, trust your gift. Make sure you always filter it through your heart so that it is true and loving. Because remember, just because you're channeling something from another being somewhere else, and they may tell you that they're from another dimension or density, just remember there's still dirt bags and other densities and dimensions. We really don't get rid of that until we're about halfway through sixth density, where the raw people are. When you get halfway through sixth density, the density of unity, that's when finally people just, they can't do the self-service anymore. It's all about service to others. So make sure you filter and discern everything through your heart.
You have an intolerance for heat and lower body temperature because you probably came from a cold home planet.
Yeah. So, if you came from a cold home planet, you probably are going to, you've got this thing about heat, lower body temperature. So make sure you understand that the way you are, or even if it's the opposite, maybe you came from a very tropical place, right? And you find that to you, winter just absolutely sucks. You just cannot stand winter time because you probably came from a tropical area, So same thing with the heat, same thing for the cold. Make sure you understand that this is just part of your star person DNA, and you're trying to adjust through a human environment, through a human filter. Okay? Remember, you're a star person, but you also have got human qualities, and we're trying to work with the human qualities. So allow yourself to integrate both of those. Realize what your idiosyncrasies are. The odd things of the way you think, of the way you act, way you interact, the way you relate. Try to integrate that with your human essence, and understand that's just part of your star person. I guess your heritage.
Star family contact or visits when young, dreams or imaginary friends.
Yeah, if you're a star person, you were probably contacted when you were very young, and maybe you don't even realize you were contacted because they could have come down here in human form. So when you think about when you were a young person, go back to all those people who were very ahead of their time. And I'm sure you can come up with people like that, folks that were very loving, folks that were very happy, and they just seem to just know things. And you're wondering, how did they know these things? It's not like they went to school. They just had this perspective about life. Same thing with your dreams, and make sure you include your daydreams with that. Okay. Oh, wait. Here's a daydreaming woman. Kelly's here. Thank you, Kelly, for being here. Hope you had a great day. Another beautiful person. Thank you for being here, Kelly. Good. Yeah, so daydreams, make sure you give that credence. Remember, that's you just kind of shifting your reality to another level, another dimension of awareness or consciousness. So pay attention to your daydreams also. They have lots of good information with it. Matter of fact, those daydreams that seem to last, maybe it could last 30 minutes. They really don't, but it just seems that way. Those are really visions, right? So pay attention to those visions. If they really seem like they last a long time, but then when you look around and you come back, well, no, it's really just been maybe a minute or so. And then how about if you had imaginary friends, right? All kids probably had imaginary friends talking to themselves or seeing things, or you had a unique relationship with animals, with nature. You just loved being out in nature, right? Because you could just feel the energy. You felt the life force. You were able to interchange this life force between you and other energies. So go back and think about now, about all these contacts that you've actually had, these visits you had while you were a young person, especially during those 7 years, when you were 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, all that, 49 above. Okay. Just think about all those big spiritual years you've had and what happened to you. And think about that plus or minus a couple of months, okay, when it comes up.
And telepathic, ESP, extrasensory perception, and clairvoyant, clairaudient, and clairsentient. And that has something to do with your meditation skills. Yeah. So,
all of you are very, very, wait a minute. Rocking, piping in. I still have them imaginary friends. Well, let's go to shamanic life coaching later on, Rocking, when you come by. That's great. I know what you mean. Yeah, we still have those imaginary friends. I've even heard some people say they think they got a spaceship over their house. Can you believe that? Goodness, what's up with folks? But anyway, telepathic. Again, when we talked about these skills that you've always had. You've always had this connection with, and you knew you had a connection. Well, just think you're very telepathic in the way you view the world. Now, you may think other people have the skill, but they don't, right? This is the skill that's very innate. I don't know that this is something that can be learned in some type of class or something. I think what can be learned in a class here on Earth would probably be that you trust your telepathic intuitive ways, right? You key in on your perception of things through your sensory awareness, what you see, hear, touch, taste, smell, right? Those can definitely be learned. It can help enhance your telepathic abilities, because then you start to believe that and you truly know that you are telepathic. And there's many ways you can do that, many books that you can practice that, practice with friends, trying to send messages back and forth. But, just give it a shot. And remember, you're a star person, so this comes naturally for you. So your extrasensory perception. And also, you may find that your clairvoyance, being able to see things, clairaudience, able to hear things, and clairsentience, the ability to sense the vibrations around you, the frequencies, right? You may find that this goes quite along with your learning abilities, your learning style, right? Are you a visual learner? You have to see something. Or are you an auditory learner, right? You're able to just hear a lecture, and goodness, you're able to intake all this information. Or are you more of a kinesthetic sensory type learner, where you actually have to do something hands-on in order to have some sort of physical input there, so you can truly sense it and feel that through your sensory awareness, right? So you may find that your clairsentience or clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience kind of matches your earth abilities as far as your learning style. Okay. But don't limit yourself that way either. It may give you an indication where to start if you want to take on the skills and really try to magnify it and trust those skills a lot more, really get into your intuitive self, so you can truly activate the star person ancestry that you have. Outstanding. Can you feel the star person inside of you? And when you go through these things, you go, I always knew I was a star person, but now I've got a list and I can understand.
And the most common star people are the Arcturians, the Hathors, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, and the Lyrans.
Yeah, so now the Lyrans, that's really a recent thing for us. It's just from all the other folks who are obviously star people that are doing shows on when you see information coming across Telegram, some on YouTube, but they mostly canceled those channels, but really on Rumble and also on BitChute, you can watch some of those folks that are talking about our star connections. They seem to be coming up with the Lyrans now and saying Lyrans were were a part of our creating humanity. Remember, Lyrans are the lion people, right? And also just keep in mind when we think about the Arcturians, Hathors, Pleiadians, Sirians, and also the Lyrans, that, we've often been told by other folks that, humanity was really part of 22 separate genetic experiences to create the human race. We've even heard a few now say up to 24 experiments experimentations have been done to create and to evolve what we know of as humanity. And we also have heard that we may be on the 5th or 6th main experiment as far as creating humanity, because, we really don't have anything written or history to tell us about long ago. And then when we think about all of our early ancestors, were all those part of this genetic experiments. For instance, like Homo erectus or Homo habilis or Australopithecus, right? All these things that were early man, or the Neanderthals, and then Cro-Magnon came along. So here we are today, the Homo sapiens, we've come along as modern humans. So, and we know that Thoth says that all this stuff, humanity, the current form of humanity, started 198,000 BC. So that's quite a long time ago. So there's all sorts of history that we really don't know about. As far as, let's say, for instance, the Arcturians. For those of you who are Reiki energy healers, you probably have an affinity with the Arcturians, because from what we've been told, and according to the monastery, the temple there in Mount Karama, they have a cone-shaped sand sculpture that is still there to this day, as Tom Kenyon wrote about in his 2001 book or 2000 book. It was the Arcturians, right? And so he went there to visit and took a picture of that mound because he heard about it. So according to them, they said that someone from Venus came down in what they do a replica of the sand was the spaceship and communicated with them 7 million years ago. But now Tom Kenyon says it was the Arcturians have told him it was 10 million years ago. And this was from Sanat Kumara, who is one of our ascended masters that we've been told. So those of you who are Reiki people, try to find your connection with this Arcturian energy. Matter of fact, when we teach our Reiki classes or perform Reiki, we use the Arcturian light. And it's a very, very nice, it's the blue Reiki light, but we interject the white streaks within that. And that'll give you that effect of moving through time and space, like you see some of those science fiction movies when the starships are going warp factor 5 or something. So Reiki people, tune into your Arcturians. Now, the Arcturians also, they're the ones who invited the Hathors into our corner of the galaxy, our reality. So they're very much into sound healing and the toning. And the Hathors, if they come around, they're probably responsible for giving most of our religions all this little toning and chanting, helping us with that. So if you don't have that in your particular realm of healing or spiritual belief or practice, try to integrate some type of toning with that. Something simple. It could be ah and om. It could be the vowels. Remember, those are very prominent in our English language. As a matter of fact, every language on earth. So just do the ah, a, e, I, o, u. Right? Just do those and do your toning. So work with the Hathors, Arcturians, the Pleiadians. Now, the book that we're referencing here, if you'll go to page 16 and 17, I give you the story of how I was contacted by Pleiadians. Yes, I'm saying this on worldwide TV now. Okay. So, yeah, I was contacted by the Pleiadians, and it was 28 days after my first stroke. So that was back in 2014. And matter of fact, through their counseling, their coaching, their healing, their perspectives of life, they gave me everything that I needed to write that book in 2022, and also to have a shamanic mystery school before that. And that happened during the 2015. And we did that shamanic mystery school, the dimensional mystery school. Okay? Yeah, so Pleiadians, that came to me as Hawaiian. Right? The first one that showed up in our sunroom, she was in the form of Hawaiian. And because, we teach the Huna and we love Hawaii, so that made sense for that. Now, the Syrians, we've also studied with Drumblo Melchizedek. He's the one that teaches the flower life material and also the Merkaba energy activation that we also teach. He currently lives in Sedona. He is a walk-in. He came in around, I think it was 1972, 71, 72, 73. He walked into another human's body. And of course, this was a voluntary exchange. From my understanding, the other person was well rewarded wherever he was able to go. And then Drumblo started teaching the flower life and all this material back in the 80s. And he's kind of semi-retired now, but still lives in Sedona there with his wife and grandkids. So many blessings to Drumblo for bringing this to our attention. And in his teachings, he is a 13th dimensional, 13th density individual. Where he came from seemed like it took him quite a while to get here to Earth through this dimension. I want to say 1 million years, but don't quote me on that. I'll have to go back and listen to his material. But when he explains that it was the Syrians, so the folks from Sirius, they were the father energy, and the Nephilim, right, the ones that come from Nibiru, they were the mother energy, and they created the current human race. And that's when Thoth said it was 198,000 BC. Or maybe it's 198,000 years. Yeah. Okay. Good. So you may want to contact your Arcturians, Hathors, Pleiadians, and Syrians, and Lyrans, and see if you have an affinity for that. We kind of think Jeanne has a particular affinity for Andromeda. I kind of thought that for quite a while, probably since the mid-90s, right, when we kind of explored that. And so we think she's probably from Andromeda, maybe a place called Clarion, wherever that may be. So she came here to this reality also to help learn and teach and be living love. Right, so contact those star people in your meditations, your dreams. Ask them to come to dreams. Now, and you got to remember, now when we're contacting people, asking there to be some type of relationship, try to start out with the ones that don't need a ship, right? Because remember, if they need a spaceship, they're in some form of 3D. maybe a 4D area also. I don't know how they morph that or whatever, because when we talk about Jesus, Jesus doesn't show up in a spaceship. Neither does Archangel Michael, right? They don't show up in spaceships. They just appear, right, wherever they do, because they're above that, or they have that density level where they don't need actual things to travel throughout our cosmos, throughout all of eternity. They simply just match the vibration of where they want to be, and that's where they are, which those of you who are star people, that is how we move around in the higher densities that most of you have come to Earth. You were there first, right? So make sure you contact the folks that are higher density, higher dimension, and always want to run that through your heart. Okay. So remember, sense any contact with your heart filters. That's where your discernment's going to be. You can run it through your ego mind. Make sure you run it through your cosmic ego mind. That being, you're here to serve others in love, with love. Okay? As long as you understand that. And then run it through your cosmic heart, because your heart knows the love energy. Notice how it feels when you contact someone. Does it make you sick somehow physically when you contact these other folks, or do you feel light? Do you feel energized? Are different parts of your body kind of buzzing, or you kind of feel a little tingle or something? Then so make sure you understand how your body is going to react to this connection, react to this relationship, and then use your own sensors, your own filters of that. That way, what's true for you, okay? And you don't have to rely on someone else to do that. Okay? So make sure you're a star person. Make sure you understand. Make sure you own it. Make sure you're authentic with that. You know that you are a star person. You have star ancestry. And then you can figure out maybe where you're from. But, I asked that question long ago, and the response I got is, well, what does it matter? Because we're all one from this great diamond soul in life. I was told that we all come from this one diamond, right? This diamond, this heart diamond. So imagine if we all come from this one diamond. Well, what does it really matter where you're from, technically, right? Some people want to say they're Pleiadian or Sirian or Arcturian. Hathor. By the way, Hathor is on Venus. So if you want to contact them, they'll be from Venus. And the Lyrans, that's from the Lyran star system. Yeah. So we're all part of this one diamond, right? We live here forever. We interact. Just think, if we take this diamond metaphor down to our level here on Earth, there's 8 billion plus facets on this diamond. Yet we're all one. We're all human, right? And we're here to learn about life, express life, and to ascend life, and ascend with love. And those of us who have our star person and DNA, right, we're here to even add more to that, because we know about the love consciousness, Aloha consciousness, and that's why we're here. So just remember, you are divine, you are awesome, you're beautiful, you're perfect. So make sure you look it, you act it, you be it, okay? Because this is your divine nature. Just think, you have enough energy in your body to live forever. I mean, forever. Do we know what forever means? And forever in a day, we often hear that. Well, when forever in a day gets here, that next day, guess what? We do forever in a day again, because it never ends. So you have enough energy in your spirit to live for all of eternity, forever. So understand that the only way to do that is because you're divine. So remember, look, act, be awesome, beautiful, perfect, because that's who you are. All right, so spend some time tonight with your star people. Try to figure out the wonderful connections you have. Again, like I said earlier, if you're a Reiki person, try the Arcturian folks and see what comes up for that. Because remember, they're the ones that helped us with this Arcturian energy. And when you use that blue Reiki light during your healing session, just add those white streaks of light. Okay? And just imagine and just know that that's the Arcturian energy, your ancestry with that. Your inheritance of the Reiki energy through your attunements. You can use that, okay, when you do that. All right, love, anything else we need to catch tonight? Good. So thank you for being here. Thank you so very much. We know you're busy people. Let's see what we got going on this week. We have Nicole will be here. Nicole Ackler will be here with us on Thursday at 6 o'clock. She's going to do the Mermaid Oracle cards once again. And then on Friday night, we'll have Heidi Fire Owl is going to come back with us at 9 o'clock. And she's going to continue her series on the medicine wheel. And I think we may delve into some addiction things, how to do some shamanic life coaching with that. And then next week, of course, we'll be back here on Tuesday at 7. And we've been given the nod in our meditation time that it's time to take this worldwide on YouTube and start to bring up our star person ancestry here in our post, here in this area of North Carolina, and to share that with as many people as I can. So thank you for joining us. Let's do a pow. Ready?
Wait.
Oh,
and maybe next week he'll leave time for questions.
Oh, yeah. Maybe next week we can do questions. That would be nice. Okay. Well, thank you for interjecting. Oh, wait a minute, Heidi. Thank you, Fire Owl. Thank you for loving this topic. Yes, we love you. Thank you for being here. All you folks that joined us, thank you for being star people. I'm sure we all are from the same mothership. So I can't wait till we get back to R&R and do our little things. And thank you for living this lifetime as humans now. Thank you so much for being here. All right, let's do a pow. Right. And 1, 2, 3. Pow. Good. Thank you. Good. Oh, Kelly, wait, one more. Kelly, thank you. We love you. Thank you so very much. All right. Well, have a great week. We love y'all. And remember, be the aloha in every moment, because that's who we are. Right. We're star people and we're shamans of aloha. All right. Take care. Aloha.